course you're up now, Shadow.
Princess Wave.
Princess Wave?
Princess Wave. There we go. Hi, everybody. Welcome.
You know what's funny is it always...
It's Wednesday night.
Go ahead. It's always the opposite. So we're waving. It actually looks like our left hand is waving and it's her right hand because the camera does... Really, I'm on the opposite side and I'm using the opposite hand. It's because it's the opposite. When you see it on the video, it's opposite of what we are.
Okay. If you say so.
Like, look, right now.
Right?
It's showing me on the right side of the screen. I'm really on the left side of the screen, looking at the camera. You know
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
So right here, it looks like on the picture, left hand, but it's really right hand.
Okay. You've had to do too many science experiments lately.
I've had to do a lot of science stuff.
So your brain is in science.
My brain is fried from school. It is absolutely fried. Fried. So yeah. It's just a lot. I'm telling you, it's a lot.
I know it's a lot. I understand.
Every day is long. Very long. That's how it is.
I know. I had
It's
a long summer.
for me. It's long for the kids. It's long for the parents. It is long.
It is long.
It's time to get back in school.
Yeah.
It is.
And what do you guys have? You go back the 13th.
13th as of now is what they're saying. So we'll see.
So you've got 13 days with 2 weekends thrown in there.
Right.
And an in-service day.
Yes.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah. Hello.
So what do you want to talk about?
I don't know. There's probably a lot of things that we can talk about.
Have you noticed I've been decluttering lately? Around the house?
Yes, you've been decluttering a lot lately. Yeah. You have.
Do you like when I declutter, or you don't like when I declutter?
No, I like when you declutter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, I make him declutter with me, but
correct.
So far, I have not.
So far, you have not. So that's been a good thing. And I don't mind decluttering, but your decluttering's a little different than mine.
How so?
Because
how do we declutter differently?
Mine is move a few items here and there. Yours is like take out entire sections of clothing. Yeah, it's different.
Take out a few things, but then are you really decluttering?
For me, it's not like I have a huge amount of things anyway.
No, I know.
So
I was actually just moving around some shoes, and so I was searching for these 2 particular scarves now that it's getting colder.
It's like a week you've been searching for these scarves.
It is. That's about exactly how long it has been. Mm-hmm. So tonight I decided...
And she usually finds everything, so this is really frustrating to her.
I should have a t-shirt that says I am the finder of all things, because he gets very frustrated when he's looking for something, and then he asks me where it is, and literally 3 seconds later I have it in my hand and I'm handing it to him. How frequently does that happen?
A lot.
So I'm usually the finder of all things, but I could not find these 2 scarves that I was looking for, and I have a scarf drawer and they weren't in there. So I'm like, crap, I must have decluttered them and given them away or thrown them away or something.
That would be my guess.
But I wanted these 2 scarves, these 2 specific scarves. And so tonight I was moving some shoes that I don't really wear. I have these really nice heels and I'm just not in heels anymore. And so I was moving the heels. I thought I'll just put them in storage. I don't want to get rid of them yet because you need heels every once in a while, ladies. And so behind the heels were these 2 scarves, and I was so excited.
Mm-hmm. You were?
I was. I came right out and told him all about it because I think it was Saturday or Sunday. I was like, I think I finally broke down and said to him, I can't find these 2 scarves, and it's driving me crazy. So decluttering, I don't know why. The month of October, I tend to do a lot of decluttering. I think it's because I know Christmas is coming, and I want things to
Yeah, possibly.
Know. But October 1st is tomorrow.
I just feel like it's already been October. I can't believe it's only October 1st.
Shadow,
seriously? Shadow's going to have a rude awakening here real soon. Shadow has jumped the fence recently. He's taken the shock of the collar to go across the fence. I had it on 1. I skipped 2. We're not even messing with 2. We're going right to 3. So the next time he hits that fence, it's going to be a rude awakening.
You might end up literally frying him.
No.
You don't think so?
Let me tell you, he's not going to cross it again.
You should have just gone to 2. Now I feel bad. I didn't know you went all the way up to 3.
Oh, it's a 3. He is going to learn in a hurry. He's been bad lately. He's been going up to Fitch's quite a bit. How many times has he gone up there in the last month?
Twice in the last 2 days.
In the last 2 days.
Yesterday and today.
So it is time to lay down the law.
But both times on Carter, who I think Shadow sees as basically a sibling and doesn't really respect Carter.
Oh, doesn't respect Carter. Okay, yeah, I get that. He doesn't respect Carter.
He doesn't respect Carter. He respects Craig. He kind of respects me.
He doesn't respect Carter. No.
Doesn't respect Carter at all.
So he has jumped the fence, taken the shock. The shock's going to be a little heavy the next time. So he is
I'm scared for him. I'm
scared. Get a
he's
rude
gonna,
awakening.
I don't know if I can handle that. I'm not good with that kind of stuff. I don't like when people get punished. Better. I don't like that at all.
He knows better.
I don't care. I just don't like it.
Yeah. So it's going to happen.
Not good.
Yep.
I might have to go try to find it and put it back down to 2. I don't know if I can.
And then he gets hit by a car in the road.
Yeah, that's the bad part about all of this is he does run up the road sometimes, and he's little. He's not very big. He's like the size of a squirrel. So.
And I'd like to train him too. Does he have to poop on the sidewalk every time? I mean, seriously?
He does. He poops.
He's got an entire backyard where he could go out and take a crap, and no, it's right on the sidewalk, right out front.
Sometimes it's in the garage.
In the carport.
Yeah, on the concrete. He must like concrete for some reason. Doesn't like grass. I think he's allergic to grass. He coughs more when he's outside, and
it's probably allergies. It's probably ragweed or something.
I know. I said that. I think he's allergic to stuff.
Could be.
So I lasted with the debate last night.
Oh yeah, you lasted about.
I lasted about a half. I think I lasted till 9:30.
Did you? You were ready to leave.
But I was ready to leave
10
after
minutes.
10 minutes because I do not like arguing. Like I can't even handle watching. Like Craig likes to watch the 5.
Okay, question for you.
And they argue sometimes. I
They
can't.
do.
I'm like, why do you listen to people argue? I don't understand.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
So, last night, you lasted the whole time.
I did last the whole time.
All through the argument.
Okay, question for you. Who started the interrupting?
I think the moderator did.
No. Joe Biden was the first one.
Okay.
Trump went for 2 minutes. Biden went for 2 minutes. Trump started again. Biden interrupted him 3 times.
But I think they're supposed to each get... there's rules in a debate. And they lay out the rules
There
for both sides.
No rules
Let me finish.
Yeah.
Let me finish.
Okay.
There are rules in a debate that they both agree on. Mm-hmm. And I think the rule was that they each got 2 minutes. They were supposed to each get 2 minutes. And then they were allowed to interrupt. So I think that's how it went.
Usually it's supposed to be a rebuttal and then a rebuttal of the rebuttal. And then that's usually it, I think, is what it is. But
Right.
Yeah. No, it
was bad.
They didn't gain anybody last night, either one of them, to be honest with you.
No, if you look at the reviews
the people,
and stuff.
the people who hate Trump thought Trump was an idiot, and the people that vote for Trump noticed all the points that he brought out about Biden, which
is this
there
you
were
reading
a
review?
No, I'm just watching. I'm from my observation.
Your observation. Okay, that's what I was clarifying.
There were a lot of times where Trump caught Biden. Now, was he a bit of a bully at times? Yeah, I think that he was a bit of a bully at times. Unfortunately, that's how he has to go to win right now because...
Do you think that's how he has to go, or do you think that's his personality? There's a difference.
Both. I think he has to because in a regular debate, he is going to get nothing from the media. Let's be honest. He's going to get absolutely nothing.
You mean you feel like he has to make it
confrontational
in order to get the media to write stuff about it? Is that what you're saying?
What I'm saying is the media is not going to expose anything on Biden, okay? They won't do it. So Trump had to take his points to expose himself. He did.
So Stacy is saying hi from Missouri.
Hello.
Hi, Stacy. And then Shane had something on here. Shane says, it wasn't a debate, it was a promo for Scranton, Pennsylvania. I did hear him say Scranton once.
And
Did he
this is
say
the
it
thing.
more than once?
Well, this is the thing. They say, well, Joe moved from Scranton when he was 10 years old.
Well, Pennsylvania is a key state. Have you read this?
Well, I know, but
And so he was trying to say Scranton to get votes up in Pennsylvania. Oh, he knows where Scranton is.
He's always said he's from Scranton, which he is. He grew up there. His dad was from there, but they moved when he was 10.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Where did he
they probably
move
still
to?
have ties there and stuff.
Where did he move to?
To Maryland.
Oh, okay. I didn't
Okay.
know. I don't know that stuff.
Yeah.
I read today that he has a stutter, and that's why he pauses
My God,
and
seriously?
has trouble coming up with the words.
Yeah.
That's what
Let's
I read.
look through about 47 years of Joe being in, and how many times did you see him stutter before this year? Hardly any.
No, time out.
And now all the time, all of a sudden
Time
it's a
out.
stutter problem? Are you serious?
Time out. Stuttering doesn't mean, so just like we talk about Tourette's. Tourette's doesn't mean that you like randomly swear. It might be a little tick or a little thing.
Right.
Stutter doesn't mean that you stutter with your words. Sometimes like
No,
a
it
stutter
doesn't.
means like you can't get the right words
I'm
to come
saying.
out. So there's a difference there.
Okay, you ready? You ready to
Yes.
process this? I'm saying that what he does now, he has not done for 47 years. There's all kinds of him tape and debates and this and that. And all of a sudden, it's because of a stuttering problem. Why didn't he do it the first 46 years that he was in government? All of a sudden he's doing it now and he's got this stuttering problem that he doesn't like to talk about. I've seen lots of speeches, old speeches on Joe Biden. There's no stuttering. There's none of that.
Yeah.
So that's just something
I-
we'll throw out there. And
I thought Trump had a good zinger, though. He said, I've done more in 47 months than you've done in 47 years. That was a good zinger. I liked that one. But then Biden had a good zinger back to him, but I can't remember what it was. And I thought it was very good. It sounded like two hard of hearing old men having discussions. So that was Larry Herman.
yeah.
Joe Carry On. He's got something to say here. Chris Wallace covered for Biden. When Trump asked Biden if he would fill the seats, Biden said, get out and vote. And Wallace then changed to a new topic. Wallace is crooked. It was 2 against 1.
I thought Wallace
Yes,
did a
I
decent
agree,
job
Craig.
last year. I don't really think that. No, Wallace didn't do a really good job, but he didn't.
I didn't think Wallace did a good job either.
No,
I was
last
a
year,
little
I
disappointed.
thought he did the best of all the comment. Was the last election, or was it 2 elections ago that he did one where I thought he was okay? I thought he was better than the previous ones that they had.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't.
I was kind of surprised. I mean, I don't watch Chris Wallace all that much. I've watched him different times on the nightly news or on, is he on 2020 maybe? Anyway,
And this is what I hate too.
but I didn't think he did a good job last night at all.
It's like he says last night, will you disavow white supremacy? Donald Trump has done that many times, but yet they still bring it up. Did they say anything to Biden about disavowing Antifa?
Right.
Who's been much more violent than who they were talking about last night for Trump.
I did hear that comment from Chris Wallace, and I did not like that at all because he was like putting Trump in a corner, and he didn't do that to Biden with any
Which Trump
subject.
has said
But
many times.
if you're gonna do it to one, you should do it. I just didn't think that was right. If you're gonna ask a question, ask a question. Don't ask.
But that's
them
what
to-
I'm saying is Trump has to bring out all this stuff because like not the Black Lives Matter, the talking about Trump being a racist or whatever. Did you ever see the policies that Biden put through? They're the ones that ruined the black community. It wasn't Trump, it was Biden. When he put through the policies about arresting those people with a high criminal offense for the drugs, that was him. When it was not wanting kids to be bussed in, the black kids bussed into certain schools, that was him. He's the one that has done this through the years. Who was his buddy and Hillary's buddy? The guy that was the head of the Ku Klux Klan. And yet you're going to say Trump is the racist? I mean, seriously? Why do they hide this stuff? Why don't they bring that out? Why don't they ask him about it?
Larry said he was wired. Joe says, why did the story about stuttering just come out in the public now?
Everybody knows why it came out now.
Valerie Jean says, I know it's a dementia stutter.
There's two reasons why it came out. One, it came out to hype for Biden, and 2, it come out because they want to portray Trump as a bully to people who stutter. That's the two reasons that it came out. That's why. Yep.
I don't know.
I did not like all the talking over last night. I did not like it, though.
You didn't like
The one thing that I will give Joe credit for is he got some tips from Bill Clinton. Because he looked right at that camera and he was talking to the American people just like Bill used to do. Feed them some sugar. Manipulate the camera. Yeah, that was him. So no.
And Trump didn't look right at the camera.
No, Trump did not. Trump was looking at Joe and he was looking at Wallace. He didn't look at the camera. He could have taken pointers from Joe on that. He really could have.
Okay.
Yes.
There you go. So if you had any, are they doing another debate?
My guess would be no. I don't think
Craig
they're
is
going to.
spot on. Says Chris Leitner.
Leitner.
You know. Okay.
He's married to my relative.
Okay.
So yes, I do know who it is.
All right.
But anyway, what was I saying before you said that?
We were talking. You said Trump wasn't watching. Could have taken some pointers from Biden and looked right in the camera. Oh,
Okay.
are they doing more debates?
No.
I asked. No, that was it.
I don't think they will because Joe survived without making a total idiot of himself. So
Joe
why would they
survived.
do another one? I mean, it only goes downhill
Kristen.
from here.
Hi, Kristen.
Yeah.
It's Kristen. I didn't realize that. I didn't know your married last name, Kristen. I'm sorry.
Yes.
How's that little boy? He must be like 4 or 5 now. Oh my word.
Might be older than that.
He
I
might
don't
be
know.
older than that.
They grow up so fast.
They do grow up fast.
So anyway,
Do you have a second one too already? VP debate next. Ooh, that should be interesting.
that is going to be interesting. I'm
That
not
will
sure
be
what to think of that.
That might be more interesting than the presidential debate.
No, this will be the opposite. This will be Kamala talking over
You think so?
Pence.
You think
Pence is more like Joe. He's more back.
more laid back like that?
I think he's a very good
I
debater.
could say something really smart alecky right now, but
Okay,
I will
go ahead and
not.
say
No,
it.
I will not. I will not because it's offensive and I won't do that. But anyway,
It's
so
offensive?
it will be
You
interesting.
would say something offensive?
That's why I'm not saying it.
Oh, gotcha.
By the way, the ruling on the ice cream is that most people have their ice cream over the top of the bowl, and I did not realize that.
That's
so
right. Why would you not have?
I
that?
must be the only one that kind of tries to put in like
What have I
one
not
serving.
bought for the last 3 or 4 days?
No, we haven't had ice cream for
I've
like.
cut it out. I
3 or 4
should go
days.
get another one because I'm really craving it. But no,
I'm surprised because you've had a rough couple of days, so I assumed
I have. I
that
should have
ice
gone
cream
and got
was
some
coming home
because it wouldn't have been
Because-
over the bowl. It would have been a 3-bowl night.
He's had some rough nights.
So anyway, yes, no.
Been very stressed.
I don't think they'll have another debate because I think Joe got by without getting. I mean, the stuff that was brought out were bombshells, and he doesn't want to go through that again. I mean, he can't deny those things.
Right.
He can't deny what he said. He can't. The thing is, like he's
He
saying,
can't
no,
deny
he didn't
that
say.
he voted
He's
on
actually got
stuff
stuff
either.
on tape that's actually legitimate.
Yeah.
Trump,
But
they'll
he
take
also-
and they'll twist a word and say, well, he meant this and that. Joe, he outright says it. You know what I mean? And yet he doesn't get called out on it.
I don't know. Some of the stuff they have on Trump, he really did say it. Like he.
Which one?
Well, like the hot mic stuff.
Oh,
he said
I'm
it.
not talking the hot mic stuff. I'm talking when he's talking to people.
He wasn't nice to women for a while. I think he treats Melania pretty good, but I don't
I'm
think
not.
he was
I'm
nice to
not.
women.
I'm
for...
not saying Trump is nice to women. I'm not saying that.
No, I think he is not. Like I do think he respects women. Like I don't think he disrespects women, but I think he did in his younger years. But again, this goes back to the whole thing with the judge that they were trying to get through, and they go all the way back to the guy's like college years. Well, you're never gonna find anybody that has a completely perfect record. I'm sorry. Like it's not. Nobody is perfect. And so anybody that they put out there for judge or president or whatever, they're gonna find some kind of dirt on everybody.
But the thing is,
But people change.
a lot
people
of it's-
grow.
a lot of it's
people,
not.
like
a lot of it's
evolve.
not even dirt anymore, though. There are so many people now that it's not even true, and they find out. I'm saying for anybody. You know what I mean?
That's what I mean. Like the guy.
Like,
the,
I'm waiting
the
to
judge,
see, what are they
name?
going to say about this judge this next time?
I don't know.
I mean, I'm sure they're going to have somebody come out
I
and say
haven't
something.
looked into it much because I'm sure they're already doing a bunch of digging, and it irritates me because who is the person now? Like, what do they believe now? What have they become? Like, we can't just keep thinking people are going to be perfect from the time they were a teenager all the way up through. So it's just not fair. All right. Biden dug a hole saying he doesn't support the Green New Deal. He says on his website that he does support it.
Biden's in trouble.
Oh my word. Her little boy is 7.
I told you he was older than 5.
Holden is 7 and Hendrix is 15 months. Oh, I love that name, Hendrix. And they're a handful. I don't know how you did it with 3 boys. God bless you. I had 3 boys and 2 of them were only 15 months apart, Kristen.
Yes.
Connor and Trevor were only 15 months apart.
I know when she was pregnant with the second one, she bawled.
I did. I cried.
She bawled.
They were 15
She
months
wasn't
apart,
ready to
and
have the second
I
one.
did not leave the house with them, 2 of them by myself, until they were probably closer to 18 months and 3 years old.
Yep.
I would wait till Craig got home, and then I'd go to the grocery store just to get out of the house for a little while. Mm-hmm. And I would take my time.
Yes, yes.
And I'd go back, and he'd have him asleep. And then I'd want to kill him because I was like, they're never bad for him. They were never bad for him, but
that's not true.
it is
When they were
lot
both
of
together,
fun,
no. But when Connor was on his own, he was the hardest to get to sleep.
It's just because you were anxious about it, so
because he would get
picked up on
almost there.
He would,
and then he'd wake up, and I'd be like, "You are kidding me!"
And he'd get angry.
Yes, I would get angry because he was almost out. And as soon as you just lightly try to put him down, then you wake back up, and you got to start all over again with the screaming.
So,
I'm
at
not.
church, I am
not
affectionately called what? The baby whisperer.
stealer?
The baby whisperer.
Oh, the baby whisperer. I thought it was the baby stealer.
Why am I so good with babies? Because I stay calm.
Okay.
Like they barely hear my heartbeat. I stay calm. So with babies, you stay calm.
I do until
breathe.
until I just about get them to sleep, and then they wake up and scream. Then I'm not calm anymore.
Well, you don't have to do that again.
No, I don't.
Like if we have a grandbaby, I will be here to help with the grandbaby. We
hand-
have a grandbaby, but now
can
she
hand
is
her
moving,
off.
guys. She is pushing things. She's standing up in her crib. She's crawling. She's a mobile baby now. Mm-hmm. And Connor's like, Mom. I'm like, this is what happens.
You always want them to move until they start moving, and then you don't want them to move anymore.
Anyway, Biden dug a hole about this Green New Deal thing. You were starting to talk about that, and then I got distracted by babies.
Yeah,
I
he
get very distracted by babies.
The problem is what Trump was able to do last night. He was able to show his base that Joe was not good. Okay, for like when they asked him the question about putting more judges on the Supreme Court, he kind of danced around that and never answered it. Pretty much telling everybody that that's what he plans on doing if he gets in. If Trump,
What do you mean, more than 9?
Yeah. So if Trump,
really?
Yes, that's what they're planning on doing.
Why would they do that? There's been 9.
Because now, if this lady gets in, it's going to be more conservative. They don't like that, so they're going to put more people on the bench to try.
How long has there only been 9?
I don't know.
Forever? Like, is that in the constant? Like,
I don't know. But anyway, that's what they want to do.
I don't know if I like that.
But anyway, so he didn't answer anything on that, and there was something else that he didn't answer on, and then Trump was talking about the Green New Deal, where that's a lot of money, and he kind of was talking to Bernie and Cortez that they were going to kind of work together on this, and then he denied it last night. So he went against the far left, who he needs to support him to win. You know what I mean? So Trump got him on one side and the other. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
So he's making Joe show where he stands so that he loses voters. So he can't play this back and forth, oh, I'm a middle guy, oh, I'm a left guy. he can't do that anymore because Trump made him choose.
Gotcha.
So he did that very well last night.
Well, they said that Trump had been practicing questions every single day. I had read that or heard that or something, and I thought that was interesting.
Joe is more of the old school debater. Well, he'll look at the camera and he, whether he's lying or not, he's trying to get, the crowd to look at him and the feelings and stuff like that. And Trump is just trying to get Joe flustered and throw some bombs at him and make him take a stance. Politicians are good at floating around and saying something pretty and not really saying where they stand. They've been that way for years.
Trump's not that way.
Trump's not that way, and he's making Joe have to do that, and that's uncomfortable for Joe. Yeah.
I did think it was interesting, and I did not know this, that when Obama and Biden left, when Trump took over, Trump had to put in 300 judges.
I don't know what the number was, but
that's
it was...
a lot.
I don't know if it was
that they
300.
left that many empty.
Was it 300 and some?
Like, if they're so interested
it was
in
at least
having
100 and
judges.
some.
He said 300 last night, I'm pretty sure. Somebody fact check me.
I thought it was 100 and some, like 138 judges or something like that.
Maybe you're right. Maybe that's where I got the 3 from. Maybe it was 130 something. Yeah. Anyway, I just thought that was a lot. And if they're so concerned about the judges, why didn't they fill those spots before they left?
Right.
So that was one thing that I thought was interesting. And then they did bring up something that I had said to you before, which you kind of wasn't, had denied, that an economy, when a president leaves, the economy that president established doesn't always kind of get rolling until they've left. And so President Trump kind of inherited a good economy. Except that I do know that he cut down on regulations, which made companies want to produce more and be able to produce more. And he cut corporate taxes, which allowed companies to put that money towards other things like hiring more people, like expanding, like, doing things that they can do because they didn't have to pay as much taxes. So I do think Trump's economy... I think his some of the things that he did for corporations and businesses has helped the economy blossom. Obviously, with COVID, that all went away.
This is the big issue, and they talked about this last night. Well, Biden and Obama created more jobs. They did create more jobs. The problem is, it was because people were working 2 jobs, and they weren't good paying jobs. You know what I'm saying? That's the issue. Now, if you really want to look at it, let's look at the minority communities. Who's made out the best? In Obama's economy or in Trump's economy? The minorities made out better in Trump's economy than they did Obama's economy. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? They can throw these numbers out all the time. They throw them out all the time. And both sides can pick and choose what are the best numbers. You know what I mean? That happens all the time. You know what I mean? But
I'm just saying, to get the economy going, Trump did some things that corporations appreciated and started to spend their money in other places besides on taxes.
And then another thing that got me last night.
Whether that's good and then the deregulation, whether that's good or bad, I don't know, because it depends on what he deregulated exactly.
Okay, this is another thing that got me last night. When Biden brought this up, which is correct, he brought up that who has made out the best in this shutdown? It is the places like Walmart and places like that. It's not the small business.
And Amazon.
This is the issue, though. Who keeps shutting down our small businesses? It's our Democratic governors. You can't blame that on Trump.
No.
He wants to open it up. So all these places that are getting rich, like Walmart and the bigger businesses, that's the governor doing that. That's not Trump doing that. That's the governor.
Yeah.
So anyway... So he brings up something that's true, but he's putting the blame at the wrong place.
Right, and he also said that Trump tanked the economy. Trump didn't do,
Trump did not tank the economy.
No. Trump, that's
My God, are you serious?
So okay, so do you remember back when in March when everything was shutting down? I'm like, I want to ask the president a question, and Craig's like, you do, and I said yes. I want to know if Trump was not the president, would he have willfully shut down his businesses? And I don't think he would have.
I don't think he would have either, no.
Because it, just about crushed him to shut down the economy. It just about crushed him to do that. Like that was his route carry on 2024.
I'm telling you what.
I'm ready to
I'm
get
gonna
somebody
say,
on the ballot.
I'm still going to repeat this. I'm still going to repeat it.
Here we go, guys.
Right after this election is over, okay? It should be over by about mid-November, by the way they're counting ballots now. But as soon as this election is over, actually as soon as the voting is over, we need to start a strong third party and just get rid of these other two. I mean, they do nothing. They do nothing but bicker amongst themselves. We need to get a third party with people in there that are going to work together and get the job done. And I don't want to hear either side say they're going to work with the other side, because they don't.
Well, there was a group, though. The guy that I listened to...
There was a small group of senators.
Yes.
Was it senators or House of Representatives?
I think it might have been a little bit of both.
They put a bill together.
They put a really good bill together.
They did. And it was shot down by Nancy Pelosi.
Correct.
Yes.
And so I follow this guy.
So it must have been the House, because it was Nancy Pelosi.
I follow a guy that
A financial
does
guy.
Not a podcast, a YouTube channel. And he said, do you remember what the group was called? There was a group.
Well, was one that's like the Work Together Party, or the Working for the People Party, or
something.
People First Party, or something. Might have been People First Party.
It's not party.
Not party. It was a caucus.
Caucus.
It was a caucus. Yes.
And they agreed that they would not bicker, that they would not throw names at each other, that they would just sit down and try to come up with a stimulus policy that both sides could agree on. They did. They came up with something.
Yeah.
And then they took it to Nancy, and she shot it down.
And neither side was going to love it, but neither side was going to hate it.
Correct. It was a true compromise.
And Nancy shot it down when it was upset that they negotiated something without her being involved.
Correct.
That's what it was.
Which is ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
All right. So Liesel says, did I miss the part where you guys care about Trump refusing to denounce white supremacy, or is that okay with you? So Craig did talk about that.
There are many times that Trump has denounced white supremacists. What I want to know is, why didn't they ask Biden to denounce Antifa, which has done worse than anything that they're talking about? I mean, you're destroying buildings, you're killing people, you're killing cops. We're not going to denounce that? Trump many times has denounced white supremacy, many times. The media's going to pick and choose what they want. They're going to twist his words around. That's what it's going to be.
Yeah, I didn't like that the moderator even asked that question, or like, it wasn't a question. He was like...
This is what he does. He denounces it, and then they pick one word out of a sentence and say, well, that means he didn't denounce it. What? Seriously? Seriously?
Yeah. Okay, so Busta Rhymes was the dragon. I was surprised. That's from Dan Putnam. We were surprised.
To be honest, I was trying to figure out who that was. I thought it was... Who did I say it was? Who did I say it was right away?
I don't remember. I didn't have a clue who it was.
Oh, I thought it was...
I don't follow rap, and I figured it was
I thought it was
rapper.
Terry Crews. Mm-hmm. But I don't know if it was quite raspy enough or something, but the guy just looked... I mean, he looked muscular.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? His shoulders were huge, yes.
Yeah,
that was a very good show, by the way. One of the best opening shows of...
Masked Singer.
Masked Singer.
Yeah.
What's a
Bull
Moose?
Bull Moose Party. I don't know what that is. We'll have to look that is. Look that up. Okay. We're caught up with the comments.
Yes.
What's that?
Yes.
Which was your favorite singer?
My favorite singer last night.
On the Masked Singer.
Tough. I think it's hard because when you have two singers...
The Owls.
I think that's an advantage.
Oh.
When you have two that can harmonize...
So you like that one the best, then...
I'm not going to say that I like that the best. I probably liked... I'll be honest with you. I probably liked the Popcorn the best. I thought the Popcorn
She surprised me.
Good.
So this Popcorn comes out, and she's got these tiny little legs, and this popcorn and this face, and I'm like, this is going to be a teenager. And then she sang, and it was not a teenager. It was not. It was definitely a mature voice. And so that kind of surprised me. Mm-hmm. I was expecting this teeny bop, I guess. Mm-hmm. But
yeah,
they were all really good.
No, they were really good.
I didn't know which one was going to leave. I kind of thought the draft might leave. The third party to help diffuse the Democrats and the Bull Moose Party is a third party.
Oh.
It's a third party.
Is it? I'm going to have to look into that then. Yeah, I mean, there are some third parties, but we really need to do those. We can't wait until election year or the year before. It's got to be a 4-year plan.
Yeah.
Getting people together, policies out.
I think
getting control of things on the internet. I mean, that's what and you got to find a good quality candidate that's not bought by the banks or something like that. I mean, that's what you got to come up with.
You're not going to find a perfect candidate. They're going to find some dirt on people. They
will, but
they would find dirt on you and me. So Joe says you guys should watch This Is Us. I've watched a few episodes of that, but I haven't gotten really into it. We're actually really into, what are we watching right now? Married at First Sight,
another season of that, yeah.
We're finishing up season 11 of that. So if you've never watched that, you like it.
I do.
I
would not be a good monitor.
Monitor?
Yeah. Boyce says I should be the monitor. I don't think I would not make a good monitor. I was thinking of you
last night. Oh no, he would not make a good monitor.
I tell you who would.
I might.
I'm telling you who would be the best monitor.
Okay.
As soon as I remember his name. I'm going to tell you, I listened to the guy. He's good. He's a libertarian. Oh, what is his name? He's got a good show. No, it's not.
I think you have to be very patient to be a moderator.
I can't believe I can't remember his name.
I think you have to be very patient.
You do. This guy is very good. He used to be years ago on the Young Turks, and he had to leave there because they were getting too far left. He's actually a gay guy. Dave Rubin would be the guy that should be the monitor. He would be very good. I don't know if he could keep the fighting down, though. But he would be very good at the questions. I think Dave Rubin.
Can't you just agree not to fight? Can't you just agree to share your points of view and then?
No.
You can't. You think the fighting has to happen during a debate?
It does now because of the way the media is. Well, this is I'm okay. Is this what you want? Do you want a debate?
I want to.
No, listen. Listen to me first.
All right, then I'll tell you what I want.
Do you want a debate where people sit there and they blow smoke up your rear end that's, like hugs and kisses the whole time, saying all this stuff that they're going to do that they're never going to do and make themselves look good and never get called out on anything? Or do you want to know what's actually their policies and what they're going to do? That's the thing.
Okay.
Politicians for years just threw out stuff and never did it.
Right.
Trump is actually and I'm not going to say that I agree with everything that he's done, but if he says he's going to do it, he does it. Seriously.
He did not get Mexico to pay for the wall.
Mexico does pay for the wall. That's what you don't understand. What is Mexico doing at the southern border right now? What are they doing? They're keeping all these illegal immigrants from coming up through the country and coming into the United States because we threatened to cut off funding. Okay? All that money that we're saving from having to pay for all those illegal immigrants to come in and get all these insurance and all this helps pay for that wall.
So it's backdoor payment.
It's a backdoor payment. Yes.
So here's what I want. You said what you wanted. I want to, in 2024, actually have to choose between which candidate I think is the best, not which candidate I think is the best of the worst.
The least worst.
The least worst. There we go. The least worst. I feel like I have to choose between, I feel like in 2016 and now again in 2020, I have to choose between which is the least worst. And I want to be able to choose two candidates, and I'm okay with them being Republican and Democrat. That's fine. I don't mind voting outside my party. I'm not opposed to that. But I want to choose from which one I think is the best, not the worst. The best of the worst.
I don't want a politician.
Trump is not a politician.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Trump is a businessman that's running a country.
I know. That's why I vote for him. I don't want a politician. Politicians are made to kiss rear end, get up there, and do what their donors ask them to do. I don't want that. I want somebody in there that's going to be in there for 4 years to do a job. And the job shouldn't be kissing rear end to get elected the next 4 years. I will say, Trump has not kissed rear end. He has not.
But he's
by
stirred
any
the
means.
pot a couple of times. Like, he specifically tries to stir the pot
Oh,
sometimes.
he does, because the media will go far and beyond what they should.
Drives me crazy.
And he uses them. Yes.
That drives me crazy when he stirs the pot. Charging cars and trucks a fee to go through. Oh, the wall. Joe Rogan or Vince McMahon should be the mediators.
Yeah,
Do you know who they are?
I still think Rubin.
Oh, so he's charging
Dave
like
Rubin.
that's how they're paying for the wall. She just heard that tonight. So they're charging like a fee to go through the wall. That's
What's
how they're
that? This makes my
Okay.
people mad, but if Trump is reelected, everyone that got or gets the stimulus checks will have to pay it back.
It might,
It
to
might.
be honest with you. I don't know. That's a possibility unless he gets unless he does something through executive order. Yeah, that could be right.
yeah.
I'm serious. I mean, it could. Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't know for sure. We don't know for sure what's going to happen.
Vic, why is Trump considered the least worst? Because I just don't like how he's constantly like
Tanya doesn't like.
I don't like how he's constantly poking people, and I think he is a bully. Like I do. I think he's a bully, and I think he's just constantly like poking people till
Okay.
they react, or he has to
But
react,
this
and
is-
it
this-
just drives me
yeah.
crazy.
But what
and
I-
I get that he's being attacked a lot. I would not want to be him or his family. I understand that part of it.
The issue
But-
is you have to have somebody like this to make the changes in Washington that need to be changed. We have a swamp on both sides, Democrats and Republicans, people there to get rich and to make a career out of being a politician.
Right.
A politician should not be a career. It should be going and doing service for the United States to make our country great. That's what it should be. It should not be that my son's making 3-point-some million from Russia and so much billion from...
I didn't like
China
that
and-
either. I didn't like when they started attacking each other.
It will never come out unless Trump brings it out.
No,
It will
when
never
they
come
started
out.
both attack, they both did it. Trump attacked
This
his
is the
family,
thing.
then he attacked his family. I don't.
Okay,
like
I'm going
that.
to bring this up. Trump and his family have lost money in
Oh, I know
politics.
they have. Yes.
Biden's have made a lot of money in politics. What's worse?
I didn't like when either one of them attacked the other's family. I'm just saying. I didn't like that. That's something that turned me off bad. He's not a politician. That's what makes him so great. He does the job that he was voted to do. This is not true. He created the biggest swamp of nepotism.
Oh my gosh. That's... Oh my
He has his
goodness.
kids doing a lot of stuff.
That's because they can get the job done and actually not... This is the thing. Trump's family's not paid to do it. These politicians, they take a lot of bribes to do stuff that shouldn't be done. I mean, you got Joe Biden's brother who owns an island right next to... what was it? The Lido Express went to? Epstein's Island, right next to it. Well, there's nothing going on there. Nothing going on. I mean, seriously? It is unbelievable how deep this is. Guess who got the Clintons out of trouble down in Arkansas years ago? Guess who it was?
I have no idea.
Mueller and Comey. Oh, who are the guys still in Washington? If you can't see the swamp in Washington before Trump got there, you're blind. You're absolutely blind. It is terrible. Somebody had to go in and crash it and that's the thing, he can't trust anybody else because they're all swamp. That's why he's got to bring in people that he knows because he can't trust anybody.
I don't know. His tax records show that he paid Ivanka millions to hide money.
That
You
could
guys
be.
need to get your own fact checkers.
What facts do you want me to check? What facts? I'm not gonna say anything about Trump's taxes. Sure, he's like any businessman. He's gonna try to hide as much money as he can. We try to find ways to hide money in taxes. I mean, that's what people
No,
do.
we don't.
If we can write off something, we're gonna write it off.
Oh, yes.
That's what he does with a business. He writes it off.
Yes. If I have I talk to my accountant, and if there's business expenses, I write them off. Yes. This is true.
Liesel's out. Hey, then you're out. I mean, I'm going to tell it how I see it. That's how it is. Probably a lot of people out tonight, but out.
It's legal to
write off personal appearance
things.
Okay, then they'll find it.
Yeah. I think
Like
that's-
70,000 in hair care.
Yeah, 70. Now I'm going to be honest.
Sorry.
This is in a
That's
report.
funny.
I don't know if it's out yet. But
that's
if somebody
funny. I
gets
didn't-
70,000 for his hair, they should
gonna
be
say,
fired.
his hair
They
is
should
not-
be. They should be fired. They should be fired.
Oh, I didn't hear. That's hilarious. That's illegal.
It's not illegal to write off things in the tax code.
You
If they're
can't write
illegal-
off getting your hair done in the tax.
Yeah, I don't
code.
know what's in the tax code.
Like
It's
I
like
even know.
It's like Bon Jovi. Bon Jovi buys a few pigs and then he claims taxes for a farm. He writes that off as a farm. These people do this all the time. They find things to write off taxes about.
Well, and I heard
But
locally.
who does the blame come to? It comes to the politicians who put these in place for the big business guys to begin with. That is the swamp. They put them in place so these guys can work around this. That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's why you got to get them out of there. That's why you got to get somebody in there to clean it up.
Yeah, I know somebody locally who bought a farm, and because he put some kind of eco-friendly something on the farm, he could write off $150,000 on his taxes.
Yeah, that's what
And
it
he
is.
specifically bought the farm to do that. So
Yeah.
anyway, what matters more, a self-made billionaire who knows the
tax
tax laws
laws.
that Biden and Obama passed, or a politician who got rich off their political career? And besides, taxation is theft.
I think it's obvious. I think it's obvious.
It's in the records. You can read it. It's
He-
out.
he-
He did.
That is
And
in that is in a
more for
newspaper.
Ivanka.
Yeah, it's
You
in a
can't
newspaper
write
that
that
doesn't
off.
have his
Yes,
taxes.
it
So
is. Personal appearances cannot be written off as they have been to court for it already. What news do you read?
okay, so is he in jail for it? Has it happened? I mean, was he fined? I mean,
So Lisa, what we just watched a show on Netflix
I love passion.
over the weekend
But
called
any normal person had 3 bankruptcies. They wouldn't be in high places. Actually, that's not true. Most of your multimillionaires have been bankrupt many times. They have. And they've come back and become millionaires. This is what they say. If someone was given money and they become bankrupt, they never become a millionaire again. If somebody worked their way into being a millionaire and they go bankrupt, they'll be a millionaire again. You see a lot of millionaires that are like that. They go bankrupt and they come back. They go bankrupt and they come back. Why? Because they take high risks and sometimes it doesn't pay off. So then they come back and they're doing it again.
So we were watching a show this weekend called The Social Dilemma. And what we learned on that show is that on your Facebook feeds and anything,
All the news that you like to hear is going to come to you.
yes.
That's what's gonna happen.
So Lisa, when you asked what news are you reading, because personally, if people get controversial on Facebook, I kind of unfollow them. So
Right.
I try to keep my news feed very, very positive. But I don't read a lot of like the news stuff on Facebook because it's so much of it is not it's not legitimate and it's just causing more fear.
Well, let's
and
be
stuff.
honest. Let's look at the normal news. How many times this year has in the past 4 years, has the normal news said something and then it's proven to be wrong down the road? Oh, how could Trump? There's no way that they tapped Trump's phone. It's proven to be true. You know what I mean? All this time, this happens. And the regular news, the mainstream news, has been proven to be wrong several times. That's why people don't believe the mainstream news. So if that's where you're digging for your information, then that would be wrong.
Yeah. So, but what I was getting to is what they were saying is to get like.
So what are
news-
verified sources? Are you saying the New York Times is verified sources because they've